So about 2 years ago, I got to review one of my favorite firearms of all time, Spikes Brown Recluse. Absolutely love the thing. It's so much fun, so quiet. It's got a bleed off port that, makes any rounds you run through it subsonic. It was just a super, super fun and probably, I think, the first integrally suppressed firearm that I've had the pleasure of running. Anyway, I wanted to give you guys kind of an update. 2 years later and probably 8,000 to 10,000 rounds, this thing is still humming. I mean, it is just such a badass gun that is unbelievably fun. So awesome. It just runs and runs and runs and runs. It doesn't matter what ammo you put through it. I just ran 3 rounds, all different manufacturers, subsonic, supers. Most of that mag was just Blazer, bulk ammo I got online. I mean, it just chews up everything. It's so much fun. And it's accurate. God, I love this gun.
I am good to go when you are.
Well guys, if you're wondering where we get all these awesome weapons and suppressors and stuff, it's always through Silencer Shop. So if you're in the market for a suppressor or just wondering how you can go about getting one yourself, go to silencershop.com. It's really, really easy. In fact, unbelievably easy. You can fill everything out through their online form and through a local kiosk at one of your FFLs. So even if you're in another state, you can still get a hold of some of this stuff. So make sure you check them out. Anyway, so back to this Spikes Brown Recluse. I am so impressed with this gun, man. 2 years ago, it was one of my favorite firearms I've ever fired, and to this day, it still holds true. We're roughly 8,000 to 10,000 rounds through this guy, and it still ran without skipping a beat today. It ran dirty as hell, and still just like a scalded ape, man. Not a single jam, misfire, stovepipe, anything. We ran subsonics, we ran supersonics, we ran hollow points, we ran, full metal jacket, every kind of ammo you could think of. We ran it all through here and it chewed up everything. So in addition to it being just incredibly reliable, it's super quiet. I mean, you've got, a solid barrel length to where you're still going to get some accuracy out of it, but you've got this enormous baffle stack to help deaden all of that sound. Secondly, you've actually got a bleed off port in here too, so if you are running supersonics, it bleeds off enough gas to where it brings those down to subs. Obviously, if you're running like plus Ps or something like that, it may not have quite that ability, but as far as your standard kind of bulk ammo, this is making it subsonic. So a couple features about it I like, ambi safety selector, ambi charging handle, kind of all the stuff that you'd kind of expect from a high quality firearm today. But something that's unique about this versus other pistol caliber carbines is your ejection port is shrunk down. It's got this giant brass deflector here, which does a great job kicking the brass out and not back into your face or next to your buddy. And it's actually got some little gouges out of it from brass hitting it so hard. So it's definitely doing its job. But really the reason for this shrunk down ejection port is some pistol caliber carbines, if they don't kick the brass out correctly, it can actually get stuck behind the bolt carrier group. So not an issue with this, and I think that's one of the reasons that this thing runs so flawlessly. So again, fast forward 2 years, 8,000 to 10,000 rounds through this thing, and it runs like the day we got it. Super badass gun, and I highly, highly recommend you getting one for yourself because it is still in my top 5 firearms I've ever fired.